everybody. Welcome to another episode of Gentleman Dog Portrait. I'm Dean.
I'm Mike.
And we're here to talk about stuff. Momentous occasion. I have actually picked out articles. I'm the one doing the legwork.
Yes, yeah.
I picked out articles that seamlessly combine offbeat and technology. This is a first for the show. Usually it's just one or the other. So I'm excited about that.
Nice.
Quick update on what's going on. It's snowing, and we all hate it.
Yeah, it's late March. It's about to be April.
Yeah, it's... what day is today? The 28th?
Yeah.
I'll find out when I'm posting
Yeah,
this online
it
later.
It's the 28th, and it's snowing.
It's snowing.
I mean, it's not sticking, but...
Yeah. It was sticking where I was.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. I was actually at Carvel yesterday with my girlfriend because it was our anniversary, and it was a lazy-versary, so we just kind of stayed in. We got pizza. I got pizza, and the timing was perfect on everything. Ordered as I was leaving home, got there, immediately ready. I actually heard them call out, "Dean!" And I'm like, oh, that's me. I'll pay for it. Got home, I got to her house, and she walked in 2 minutes later. I'm like, wow, this is perfect.
It's always good when you can... when you're driving home or something and you want to order food, but you want it to be ready when you get there, but you don't want to be a jerk and have it ready 20 minutes before you get there.
I'm giving you the death stare right now. My parents are terrible at that. They've made it a creed to basically have all of the food ready hours before we're eating it.
I'm
not kidding. Anytime we get Chinese food, it's we're getting the lunch specials at 3 o'clock, and then we're eating at 7.
Yeah.
There's no reason for this.
Yeah.
There's never a reason for it. They do the same thing with pizza.
See, pizza you really need, I don't know. It doesn't age well.
It doesn't.
But
it doesn't. It gets...
I mean, it's one thing if you're going to put some in the refrigerator and have it the next day or something. But
yeah. Well, I was considering having cold pizza for breakfast this morning.
Old
Decided
pizza.
better of it.
Oh, yeah. Old pizza, man.
Old pizza.
I mean...
Well, when you get it fresh, you're like, oh, the cheese, the sauce, the bread, the topping. You can taste each one individually. And once it gets cold,
it's
you're basically tasting one thing.
It's like chewing on a bath mat or something. It's rubber, man.
Chewing on a bath mat.
It's just the cheese has lost its... You can... The
visual of that alone.
The best thing to do is to put it in the toaster oven and let it, warm up that way, not the microwave. But I'm, not... life is too short for the toaster oven for me. I can
understand that.
30 seconds increments in the microwave is it's how I live my life.
Well, it's never let me down before. It's a system. It's
a
system. You gotta go with that. Although not relying on a toaster oven or a toaster itself has deprived me of one of the few pleasures on this planet that are worthwhile for a toaster. That's toaster strudel.
Toaster strudel.
Toaster strudel. No, okay.
Yeah.
It's either when you talk to people about toaster strudels, they either love it or they prefer Pop-Tarts, or they're neither and they look at you like some kind of gross subhuman.
I'll eat all.
So 3 groups.
I'll eat all of those things. So wait, tell me some knowledge here. Tell me what's going on with these stories. One of these stories.
Okay. I'll start up with the one that I read because it was short. And I don't have to pull it up right now to quote anything from. But, okay, so they're coming out with new extensions for websites. There's the .coms, the .nets, the .orgs.
Right.
And now they're just coming up with, now you can just put words on there. .porn, .adult, .nyc.
So you can just pick...
.farm.
I wonder,
Maybe .farm is a thing.
Do they make the words, or do you make the words?
No, they make the words, and you're like, oh, do you want .adult on the end of your website?
So, obviously, yeah, adult's a pretty good one. Or I could see even, farm or whatever. There's ones that... There's going to be a whole bunch of people who want websites with that after it. But, what if you wanted, something weird, you know?
It's whenever...
You wanted to make your own extension.
It's when you were first learning out about the internet, you're like, oh, I can just type anything and put .com at the end of it, and it exists.
Yeah.
But instead of .com now we've gone to a new realm of, now I can just put anything at the end. Yeah. I feel like this is a way of delaying the singularity.
It's it's so bizarre. Like,
How bizarre.
you
How
know,
bizarre.
it's very bizarre, man. To have to put .com or .org, or it's just like such a, I don't know.
Yeah. It's
Like, why put any? Like, if you're gonna be able to put almost anything, why put anything at all?
I guess. But now it's like, instead of just having an infinite amount of websites, but we're only restricted to like 3 domains, 4, depending on the country that you're in. Well, now we've delayed it a little more, so now it's like infinity times infinity. You can just have the website that you Google.Google.
Yeah, really, like.
And where does it end? Where does it end?
And like, once you go to the website, you never type that in again.
Yeah.
You either have it bookmarked, or you type like the first 2 letters of it, and then it pops up and you hit enter. Like, you never are gonna bother with that extension. Like, I don't bother with .com. Like, when do you have to type .com if you've already been?
I guess you got a point.
I don't know.
But, well, maybe now it's just kind of like, well, it's Google.com, Google.net, Google.adult.
Yeah.
Well, maybe.
They'll
Actually,
probably
that's
buy
not
it.
a bad idea if you wanted to make it exclusively
Google
like
probably
not
bought
safe
all that
search.
stuff like
Well, of course they did.
the second it was available.
Yeah, but well, now with the new extension, now with the new domain extensions coming in, now it's going to be like, oh, well, now we have to buy everything with that extension.
Yeah.
But I mentioned .porn and .adult exclusively because it came to my attention that Taylor Swift, her management, bought Taylor Swift.porn and Taylor Swift.adult. And I know why they did this, but there are some hopefuls out here that are looking for content from that.
Yeah.
Instead of just the page you're looking for does not exist.
There's definitely stuff they make that's fake. You know, either they get a lookalike, or and it's not like it's like they're trying to make it like that's who it is, but it's like kind of a joke that it's it's like a caricature of this person in porn.
Well, I know I'm kind of hoping, I'm really hoping that, and no, this isn't me being lewd. I'm hoping that they take those domains and put like a giant like shock site or like, oh, you were expecting this? Too bad.
So okay, what do you?
Or maybe just like, oh, people are like in the zone of like, oh, you know what would be great right now? Taylor Swift.porn, not knowing what's on the other side, and then it's like pictures of kittens. They're like, oh, that killed it, but it's adorable.
What do you think about like, let's say I got the domain name HeinzKetchup.com, right?
Okay.
And I just put like horrible, like just videos of people vomiting or something would play when you go to my site. Would you consider that to be like?
I'm imagining like it's guerrilla marketing, just like, oh, this is a legitimate website, but there's one picture that's just out of place.
Like, because Heinz Ketchup is like a.
It's a recognizable name.
Like, I can't just like go around saying like open a store and call it Heinz Ketchup. You know what I mean? That's gonna be
well, that's
and sell ketchup there.
Well, that's what happened with. Well, if you're making a product, odds are you're going to buy the domain name before it's even like released to the public.
Right.
So you know what you're doing. That's what a lot of companies did with movie sites.
Yeah.
But that's exactly what happened. That's exactly what happened with Guy Fieri. He has this this restaurant. It's a Guy's American Kitchen and Bar.
Mm-hmm.
I believe. And what happened was, I think he had the restaurant first, and someone bought the domain name Guy's American Kitchen and Bar, and it is a hilarious fake website with just the menu. Just the menu. It's just a picture of the menu, and it's got like one of the entrees as the Super Bowl Bro Day, where it's basically a giant toilet filled with nacho cheese and like drumsticks of mortadella that you can rock out with, and it doubles as an MP3 player. I'm going to link it. I'm going to link it when I post the website, because I show that to everybody and it never gets old.
Yeah.
I even got a friend that's like, well, now he's like intermittently. He's going to be on the show eventually. Like, guacamole. Oh, that's Flavor Town. Like, now we just say that now. But I don't know. Like, there's potential for abuse here. Like, there's a potential for abuse.
I feel like you should be entitled to, like, Taylor Swift is like a recognizable I don't know, like, could you argue that if someone put that up on that domain, that it's like defamation of character because it's a like if I got HeinzKetchup.com, like, am I just free to get that and like do whatever I want with it, even though like Heinz ketchup is an established thing that
I think there's a potential for libel.
there's got to be something,
But
yeah,
more often than not, they'll just try and buy the domain name off of you.
right.
Like if you were quick enough to buy that,
Yeah, I'm sure it would be much less expensive to do legal stuff. I mean, to buy it than to do legal stuff.
yeah. Well,
I guess that's true. Yeah.
yeah. So they'll probably like settle it that way. But I mean, the potential for abuse is if say we got Hillary Clinton and I guess now it's Ted Cruz running for president
Yeah.
for 2016.
Yeah.
You could just buy porn websites for the two of them and just like defame the both of them. It's like,
Yeah.
hey, I'm wearing a Hillary Clinton mask and I'm doing this guy from behind.
You should go buy ClintonandCruz.com.
ClintonandCruz.adult.
Yeah. And just,
Not even .com. Like that might already be taken, but .adult.
and
People already know what they're getting into.
but when you get there, it'll be a photoshopped
Cruz and Clinton.
picture of Bill Clinton with Tom Cruise.
I get it.
Yeah, and wearing sunglasses.
But well, now we know where you fall
And
on
then
an alignment chart.
In the background, there
And
would
I
be MIDI music, and it would be saxophone and stuff because it's Bill Clinton. So
Oh, you got a point. All right. Well, there's
I
that.
don't know. Domain names. I don't know anything about the law behind them. So
I won't pretend that I do. I won't pretend that I do.
I guess I could see though, like I think what happens usually is like your name just happens to be like whatever, Michael Jordan, and you got this website michaeljordan.com, and now like
Now it's michaeljordan.com.
Like, you got it
now
because
you can have
you
the
wanted
michaeljordan.com, which is like, okay, well now this is everything Michael Jordan. Now it's michaeljordan.porn.
right.
So it's like, well
It's
now
like
you
a
know
new
what you're getting into.
a new opportunity. Yeah.
You don't even have to put porn on the .com site, unless you really want to. But now you can put porn on the porn site. Which, I guess the opposite would be just as true. You wouldn't put like, oh, here was his statistics.
You know what?
Also, here's him doing wheelbarrow position.
You know what would be a great site name?
What?
Porn.porn.
Yeah. No.
That's probably already taken. Like, that was probably the first one.
Maybe it's not. Maybe it's just one of those like really obvious ones. Like, okay, I remember I said how when you were a kid and you're just like, oh well, now I can just put .com at the end of everything and it's a website. Movies.com. I don't think anyone really like did anything with that website. And then
I don't
lately
know.
it's become like a movie-based website.
I'm sure it's something, but
It's
it's
like,
weird.
oh well, you
like,
have to use Fandango. Why can't I just use movies.com? Because that doesn't exist. Oh.
like whoever,
Oh.
like we don't use, like no one uses movies.com for anything right now,
I-
unless it redirects to.
No,
something.
I use it now. I use it
Oh,
now
yeah?
because it's basically like Fandango. It's
Yeah.
it's what is it's what
Oh,
it
okay.
exactly should be. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So that
yeah. Porn.porn does not
so
exist.
maybe it doesn't.
No,
Oh, well, we should get on that. We
Yeah.
should just own porn.porn.
we could just link to a bunch of.
We could just link to every porn site. We
Yeah.
could be like, okay, this is great exposure. Who's not going
Yeah.
to do porn.porn?
Porn.porn. We could just be one of those porn list sites. And
Is there
make, like,
xxx.porn?
3 cents a click on something, and
Maybe.
and then
Maybe.
like 50 billion people click through every hour.
Well, I now it's all
And
about early
crashing
adoption. It's like how
Ferraris
all the
into
great
dolphins.
YouTube channels have basically the ones that have been around since 10 years ago.
Yeah, YouTube.
You know what I mean?
YouTube is like a job, man.
It is a job. It is a
There's
job.
a recently they had a show come on cable about this girl who has like some moderate success as a YouTube like teen. Like, I wear makeup. Like, here's my makeup tutorial. Here's my review of like this. Like, this
Really?
vote on which dress I'm gonna wear to prom in my next video, and her family now is like depending on her for financial stability.
Jesus.
Which is so they're like her family like is her studio. They're just like, you have to
So-
shoot 2 videos this week. So if you're gonna go to that charity event like and make an appearance, when are you gonna shoot your other video? Like, it's so intense.
You know, it's weird that happened, and yet Bo Burnham basically got his start on YouTube.
Yeah.
And he became like an established musician or for some
Yeah,
degree of
he's
established.
he's
He has his own stand-up career
He's a
where it's
comedian,
like
yeah.
half performance art, half comedy, and then he got his own TV show. And I think there was just the pilot, and it didn't do well.
Mm.
So I'm like, so
TV shows are hard, yeah.
no, they are hard, and I think the premise of it wasn't all that great.
Yeah.
Because it was like a kid basically thinking he has his own TV show, and it's like, oh well, this is very meta. This has gotten meta already, and we haven't even started.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's that. Here's one that's been making the rounds on the news. A Colorado girl tried to poison her mom twice for taking the iPhone. She took away her iPhone, and she tried to kill her mom.
Yeah. How old is she?
12.
12.
She's 12 years old.
See, you know what's, in a way, I would say that, like, it's more acceptable for her to do that at 12 than it would be at, like, 15 or something.
Okay, yeah, you got a point. Like,
'Cause
when
it's
you're
like-
12, you're stupid.
You're not really thinking things out. You don't really have a great concept of, like, longevity, like how long-term decisions can be or whatever.
Yeah. Which is why a lot of places are like, oh, well, you can't put someone in prison for life when they're below 18. They don't know what they're doing. And I'm like, oh, well, I think
mean,
there's a certain point where they plan it out and they know exactly what they're doing.
To certain extents, yeah. For
But 12 years
different
old, no.
And it's bad because you know what they do, like if it's somebody that they want to put away, like they'll argue that that even though they're a minor, they have like a certain amount of capacity, enough capacity to go to jail for this crime, you know, or whatever.
You can't even go on certain websites. You can't even sign up for iTunes if you're not even 13 years old, and yet you have already tried to poison your mom.
Which of course you just lie about.
Do you know how she did it?
How?
No, go ahead. Wager
okay.
a guess. Like what kind of poison would a 12-year-old have access to? Ricin. Arsenic.
Drain cleaner maybe or something.
Yeah,
What would
bleach?
Yeah, bleach?
No, drain cleaner. Drain cleaner. That would be like a perfect success.
Yeah, you wouldn't really. There's a.
Did you put Drano in my smoothie? And you could like your intestines would liquefy.
There's a dude who
Although
drank.
that is scary that we sell that.
I think he drank drain cleaner, and he lived, but his esophagus did not live. So they had to take a piece of his small intestine
And stretch it up.
and yeah, so now he's like, it's just he has to eat like 1,000,000 times a day, and it's like I'm
doesn't
not
sound like
sure.
that does
I
not
think
sound like
he
a
has to
bad
go to the
life to me.
bathroom like pretty soon after.
Like
Like
I guess that would make sense. Because
really-
you're shortening
yeah.
it. Yeah, okay, alright, I get that.
So he has to like drink shakes and he has to like blend his food up sometimes just to get the nutrients because it like passes through so quickly.
Like on one
Or just
hand,
eat a lot.
it's fucking horrifying.
Yeah.
That drain cleaner, something that like we just easily buy and use, is sold commercially like that. But at the second hand, like on the other hand, it's wow, that's effective.
Drain cleaner, yeah. It's made to dissolve
Everything,
your
organic
your
matter.
cells, yeah. So, and they make it like to stick now. It's like gel, right?
Wait, what? Really?
It's like more viscous, and
Ugh.
so that it doesn't just like go through the pipe. It coats it and like hangs around and dissolves whatever's clogging.
Oh, okay.
I love how
don't
we're
know.
talking about drain cleaner right now. Like,
Well, no, that's results. Like if you ever if you were
I don't
able
know.
to get drain cleaner in in some
Sounds
sort
like
of
a-
like liquid, if you were able to
don't
mask
do
it,
Yeah.
if that was the case, then that would be like effective results.
Yeah.
Gentleman Dog Portrait: How to Kill Your Mom. But no, she used bleach, and the reason that she didn't find out about it the first time was she noticed an odor of bleach in the drink and thought her daughter had cleaned the glass prior to making the beverage and did not rinse all the bleach out.
I always wash my dishware with bleach.
Sure, why not?
Bleach smells great. I haven't been to like a big pool
Well,
in
it just
some
it just
time.
smells clean. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but it also reminds me of swimming pools and like being like in the indoor pool at a hotel or something.
On my commute into work, once I like leave the train at Penn Station to go to the subway, like I know when they have basically cleared out the homeless in an area just because I smell the bleach.
Really?
Yeah, it's just like,
Oh,
well, it doesn't smell grimy for a second.
Better than smelling piss.
Better than smelling piss. But then I have to think about the circumstances
The
that
summer
went
is
through.
coming in New York City, where people,
Uh,
where piss like ferments.
Because I know
Smells
if it was
horrible.
just like mud and water and dirt, they wouldn't do anything about it. So there's got to be like some extenuating circumstance,
like
i.e., a homeless
vomit.
person pissing or vomit. Sure, why not? Where someone at the station said, "All right, that's enough. That's enough. Just grab the bucket."
Afterbirth.
Yeah.
Wait. So what's going on now?
Okay, so she did it the first time, and then she got hospitalized, and then released, and then 4 days later, the girl allegedly
She did
poured
it again. She must have
poured
been
bleach
so-
into a water carafe.
That's commitment.
The mother kept in the bedroom, and then she smelled bleach, and then confronted her.
I mean,
And that's when she learned the daughter had
Let me-
developed a plan to kill her.
let me put it like this. Maybe this is like me. Just suppose, like, I feel like this girl maybe did this knowing her mother would find out about it, and she
Really,
was
though?
just like wanting to be like make a.
No, I don't think it was a cry for help. I think it was just like, 12-year-olds don't think that far ahead.
I guess
do they?
so.
Do
Well,
they?
to be like to be really mad at someone and then you just put bleach in their drink and later you know that they're gonna taste it and not drink the whole thing and just be like, "What the hell did you do?" And
I would
it's
switch up my strategy at that point.
I think it's
Like,
a way of
bleach
her.
didn't work. Let's try something else.
Like she's just trying to maybe she's just trying to be hostile towards her mother and
But
be
then I'm like twice her age,
screw-
so
you
it's
know,
like I can think about different things. Meanwhile, it's just like bleach is the only thing. People, if you drink bleach, it's bad.
Well, I guess
Probably
so.
like they probably don't know what like anything in your house could kill you.
Yeah.
Anything. That's why they say most accidents happen in the home because
Mm-hmm.
everything is plotting to kill you.
Yeah, because that's where you are most of the time.
But it's
So that's where
it's
most
an iPhone though. It's an iPhone.
iPhones are good, man.
Are you really that attached to Snapchat and Angry Birds
I think it's just like if you
or Candy Crush?
If
That
you-
would be it. Angry Birds is like so 2010.
You know what I'm thinking, man? There was a definite change. Like when I was like in middle school and in high school even, cell phones like started to be a thing that you had, but they weren't the networking like masterpieces that they are today. Like
Yeah.
we would just go out. We would like it would be the way that we kept in touch was to like see each other outside of school. At like just hang out somewhere, and there was like nowhere to hang out where people wouldn't think you were up to no. Probably because we were up to no good.
Well, now the TV trope or sitcom thing where it's like, "Hi, is Jenny there?" And like you have to talk to the parents for like, "Who's
Yeah.
calling?" Like that's
Yeah.
circumvented now.
That was an awkward thing to have. Not even just a girl. Like it could be your friend, and you just don't like his dad because his dad's weird. And you know you're gonna have to talk to him. But, you know you never know who's gonna answer the phone when you call your friend's house. Oh,
Yeah,
man.
right.
But phones like what I'm saying is it used to be like Friday night that you would either be like to yourself doing your own thing at home or something, or
Every Friday night for me.
or you would go out. But I'm just saying on some like. At any time in your life, you were either like deciding to be alone or deciding to be with your friends, and now it's like
That's being decided for you.
that's
unless,
not real. They're always at your fingertips,
Yeah.
and
Unless you
It's
make
a
that
secure-
decision, that's being decided for you.
right, like you can, like it's not like you couldn't put your phone away, but you're not going to,
Yeah.
and then it becomes something like, especially if you're like 12 years old and this is like,
Well,
it's kind of like her like just.
like, what's the right age for a kid to have a phone?
It's like, I don't know. Well, I think phones are.
Because I think 13 is like the best age. Because, well, when you're younger than that, You don't have your friends are all around you anyway. Just walk to their house or something.
Yeah, you probably have a phone now at that age. You probably do, or something that could be like a tablet or something. But I think like it's mostly you're going to use it differently than a teenager uses a phone.
Yeah. Well,
I don't think you're going to be texting your friends all night when you're
No, you
like
probably
6 years
would.
old or something.
they would probably be like, I'm texting, I'm an adult.
Yeah.
Like,
I guess a little bit.
but plus you're a fucking kid. You don't have that many things to talk about. Nothing interesting is happening to you.
I remember. I remember like AIM came out.
Yeah, AIM was the shit.
And AOL Instant Messenger and like or AOL even like it was this like shift from like I'm home watching MTV, like sort of relating to like sort of connecting to people, to like I'm in a chat room with everybody from my school or something, and
Yeah, right.
like I don't know.
No,
Craziness.
I remember AIM.
It was crazy.
AIM was awesome.
Whose screen name did you have and whose you didn't?
Yeah, right.
Who was online, and then your crush would be online, and you'd be like, "Oh shit!"
Ugh. I remember the one thing I remember from that I like hated was like the
reading. I was just
no, the notifications people had like, oh, this person's online, and they were like playing just a 1 second clip from a song, and it's like, Bow!
Oh, the sign on noises that
Yeah.
people had,
Or like, doo-doo.
I'll tell you something. I miss having a profile. Like,
Yeah, right.
you can have a mini profile on Instagram, but you can't have like. I used to put like effort into the song lyrics in my profile.
I tried doing that. I keep doing that with Facebook, and it just kind of like went to the wayside. No one cares about your profile on Facebook, first
Yeah.
and foremost.
Or like away messages, status messages.
Yeah,
I guess
AIM
Facebook has
was,
that.
No, away messages. I put effort into it. Like
It was
and the same thing with the AIM
And
profile.
I would change
like,
it like 8 times.
I try to be like entertaining. I always had to put like a quote from people, stuff like that. And then with Facebook, it's like I just kind of like did something basic, I guess.
Yeah.
But Facebook. I have my stats, I guess, up like if I was a video game character.
Okay. Oh, okay.
And I kind of like slightly improve it every year.
No, oh my god.
Yeah, like now I'm level 23. I don't think I updated it yet, so I think I might just get rid of it.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah, because now it's like,
Might
okay,
Might as well get rid of it.
Yeah, I'm 23 now. I haven't updated my thing in a month. I'm just not going to, and no one looks at it anyway. So it's like, no.
I haven't taken my child to karate in a month. No, I'll throw him off a pier.
My child isn't producing anything yet. I guess he's broken.
I'm through with him.
Well, no. Well, I mean, like if you haven't done anything in a month, then I guess it's like, well, why are you really doing it? Unless it's a monthly thing, or unless it's a yearly thing, are you really doing it?
Doing what?
I don't know, like things that like require effort. Like if you had
like jogging.
Yeah, if you haven't jogged in a month, don't say you
Are
jog.
you jogging? Are you a jogger?
New Year's resolutions, it's usually like
Yeah.
that. Like I know some people give up after the first week, and like they know themselves. But if you haven't been to the gym in a month, maybe reevaluate what you're doing with it.
My best advice for that kind of stuff is to like spend as little money as possible, get as little because people will have these eyes bigger than their stomach kind of effect where they buy all like, oh, I'm gonna like be a I don't know, man, some kind of crazy hobby, and they buy all
potential.
the junk that like you don't need anyway to do this hobby, and then they do it for like 5 minutes, and they're like, well.
That's like the worst thing with that is when people know they don't exercise, or like they will freely admit it, or they're like, I should exercise more, and they never do.
Yeah.
And then they buy workout equipment like DVDs and Bowflexes, and they just sit there and take up space.
You really don't need much to work out, but
you don't.
I like to jog, but in the when it's cold. Like I'm not gonna be jogging in like February when the wind is like blasting my face off. So
well, some people do. So
yeah, people do. But I'm just like, you know what? I'll do it when it's nice out. I'm waiting like I'm about to start for like the year, and
I'll take walks outside, but I'm not too big into physical exertion, as you can see.
It keeps getting colder. Yeah.
Well, well, now it's not safe. Now we can't even say, like, April is the month where there will be absolutely no snow, because it's happening now.
Like, there were a couple of big, unexpected kind of snow things that happened, snowstorms.
Yeah.
And then
First day of spring, too.
It seemed like everything melted, there was not going to be, it's the end of March, now it's snowing again, so.
Yeah, I was coming home yesterday, and I'm like, oh, I can't see any more snow, I guess we're finally past this. And then I flick on the weather report, and I'm like, I think the only reason that I'm really bitter about this is because I usually just stay at my fiance's for the weekend, and whatever I bring with me, that's kind of it. I have some clothes at her house, but that's really all. So I came to you wearing a light jacket, like a spring jacket, and it's getting wet, it's cold. I fully regret my decision. I fully do.
So what if you were going there and you left your phone at home? How would you feel?
Oh, I'd probably just forget about it. Because, I only really text her.
Yeah.
I text maybe some people, especially if, something happened or, I see something. But I usually just text her. And, I don't know, I could probably, go without it. I can go without it.
You'd have your laptop, I guess.
Yeah, well, that...
if I didn't have that, I might be dead.
Yeah, well, that's...
No, I don't know.
Camping
Maybe
was
not.
hell for me.
Maybe not.
Yeah. All right. Next. I think we've had enough talk of kids murdering their parents.
Mindless blather.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, don't feed your parents bleach, kids.
So this one was actually a big story. I'm sure it's made its way onto
huge story.
Yeah. No.
Gigantic.
5,000 score on Reddit.
Monumental.
5,000 upvotes now. This is not the picture. But a woman was held for 8 days in a psych ward for saying Obama follows her on Twitter. And he does. So this is one of those things that could have been easily avoided just by someone at the institution
I'm
saying,
sure she had...
So does she?
She had to be a little crazy. Like if she was just this completely,
random person?
Rational person... I feel like I'm not saying there's anything that's mentally ill with her, but I feel like she might just come off a little odd, you know?
Maybe. It's definitely in the presentation. Oh my god, Obama follows me on Twitter! And then someone heard you and what the fuck is wrong with you?
Like if you're really happy or something.
I have to save us.
Or, there's just a failure to communicate between you and whoever.
Yeah, maybe it was just in the way that she said it.
Yeah. She doesn't realize that she's
victim blaming.
She's
victim
being
blaming!
assessed.
Victim blaming!
But it's very, what do you call it?
It's a pretty wild claim.
There's been a guy who put himself into a mental institution. He faked the things to get in, and then it was almost impossible for him to get back out of the system once he was in.
Oh. Yeah.
And there was recently one crazy thing on Reddit that kind of relates to this is that there was a guy in Germany who was trying to blow the whistle on some banking network, and he ended up they ended up getting him put into a psych ward for a while, and it became like he was found to be not insane after a bunch of months or something, or years, and papers were uncovered from the company that showed that they did that, and up until then he was they were just no, you're crazy for thinking there's this conspiracy in the banking world going on.
Oh, it's a very slippery slope. The second that you set foot in a mental institution, you're on edge. Even if you're admitting someone else, it's are you sure you're not the crazy one? At that point, you may as well just run.
It's hard.
And then they will catch you, and then you will be able to escape.
It's hard to know, what would be a crazy response or a normal response. I feel once you're under that spotlight, once I paint you as crazy, as possibly crazy...
That's a hard thing to shake.
Everything you say is totally different than if I wasn't thinking that.
Yeah, it actually says, right here, she recounts... Next thing you know, the police held on to me, the doctor stuck me with a needle, and I was knocked out. I woke up to them taking off my underwear, and then went out again. I woke up the next day in a hospital robe.
I don't know.
And then, at that point, there's no way for you to say that you're not crazy. No one's going to believe you. You're wearing the hospital robe.
There.
You're in the mental institution. You're not doing yourself a lot of credit.
it's hard to take the side of someone who's crazy or presumed to be crazy, because how can you really trust them if like society has said you shouldn't trust them already? So it's crazy.
Well, especially look, the master treatment
insane.
plan was that she had to state that Obama was not following her on Twitter.
Okay. So like,
so all she had to do was like lie and say, "Okay, you know what? You're right. You're right. The joke has gone on far long enough.
If you're a rational person,
Obama's not following me on Twitter." But no one checked into it. That's what really pissed me off about this. I know there are like some crazy people that are like, "Oh my God, I've been on the moon," and like that's not something that you should really look into. Like you could just say, "Okay, fine, you're crazy."
But what if I said that
5 minutes?
What if I had an affair with Michelle Pfeiffer or something, and then like I was like bragging about that, and they're not gonna like call up Michelle Pfeiffer. Like it's not like you can.
Okay, let me just ask Michelle Pfeiffer. I got her on speed
hold
dial.
on, like it's like the hot psych ward in some town, and they're just like, hold on, let's get Michelle Pfeiffer on the phone and see.
Whoa!
See if
aren't you the lucky
checks
man?
Out. But like what? See, I feel like she had to put herself in a certain position for this even to happen. Like she had to be raving about it or something.
Maybe
like Obama's following me on Twitter, and like just maybe it's like it was something that recently happened.
Like what set it off?
Or is this something that she just like is really proud of and just has mentioned for weeks, and people just are like, she must be off.
Maybe it was like that one pissed off friend that's like, well, Obama's not following me on Twitter, and she said that at every social gathering. Like, oh, by the way, did I tell you that Obama's mentoring me on follow me on Twitter? And she's like, that's fucking it. That's it.
By the way,
like, call the cops on her.
Let me just say that that may be Obama's Twitter. It's not Obama on Twitter. It's some guy that works for Obama.
Okay, well,
posting anything. Even if he had time to like mess around on Twitter, I don't think he would even be interested.
And like the common man.
And well, what is he gonna get out of Twitter besides like PR?
Maybe it'll be like a public opinion thing. Although he would basically be following people that already like him. So it'll be an echo chamber. Like, hey, how about that Obamacare thing? And then everyone like who is already following Obama on Twitter be like, yeah, no, good job on that. Good job on that for the umpteenth time.
I'm interested to see like what his post-presidency like personality will be like, if he's gonna remain in the public eye and like continue to do like with initiatives and stuff. Like Bill Clinton did a lot of that kind of stuff, and he remains like
Jimmy Carter was actually like
he was pretty popular.
Jimmy Carter was more famous after his presidency.
Yeah, he's still alive, you know that?
No, it definitely is. Well, I'm sure we would have heard about it if Jimmy Carter was not still alive.
Yeah.
Not still alive is the pleasant way of saying dead.
Yeah. It's weird to see like George Bush Sr. when he's in like public or something, because like you remember him at a certain age, and he's not that age anymore. He's much older, and you're like, whoa, you're so old. What happened?
Yeah.
But really, like 20 years or so, 30 years happened. Like, so
has it? Oh my God, it has.
Yeah.
Holy crap! Yeah, I think. Yeah, I was born when he was in office.
25 years from.
And then like Clinton took office, and I'm like, that's when I would like be. I was cognizant about
1990 was 25 years ago.
Yeah, right.
And Clinton came in 92, right? No, maybe not.
Hold on, I'm like mentally trying to figure this out. 2000 was when Bush won. Clinton was president for 8 years. Yeah, no.
96 and 92, right?
Yeah, okay,
he won the 96 election.
Yeah, okay, so...
I'm so smart.
Yeah, well, look at you. Yeah, I was born when Bush was in office, and then, like, the year after that, Clinton took office. Yeah, alright, that makes sense.
Anyway.
I think I got this right.
I like to see what he's like after he's not the president anymore.
Yeah, when people aren't like, oh my God, you're ruining America. Now he's just like, now he's another person.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Maybe he might go... Maybe he might go back to teaching. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, I don't know what he's going to do, but...
That would be valuable, though, like, to actually... To go into teaching at a college, like, what's it like being the president of the United States, and he'll tell you everything.
I don't know.
He'll tell you about everything that he can and can't do, because he's been in that position. Meanwhile, like the government teacher that I had in high school and middle school and elementary school, anyone that taught me about government was like, "This is what the president can and can't do," and then he can like expound on that.
Yeah,
That would be cool.
it would be cool. I mean, I think too he would be like, you know,
I'd sit
if
on
I'm
an
if I was president and I was talking to myself to a group of people like that, I would probably like make myself sound better than I was, you know, or sound, you know, I would probably be a little biased. Is what I'm saying. Your information that you get from him might be a little
yeah.
one way.
But I'm sure if he just talked about like just the mechanics and rules of it, then it was like, oh, okay, well that's exactly what a president can and can't do. But I'm sure he'll have like a lot of stories of like how he butted heads with people in Congress.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. That would be cool. That would be interesting, and I hope he does something like that. Yeah, I think we're good with that.
Yeah.
I think we're good with that. Maybe she brought it on herself. I want to know more about it. I want to know more about how that actually came about, because I don't think a policeman would just tackle somebody for saying something ridiculous.
Yeah, like, yeah, the only way that she would get put into that situation is, like, if she was, like, disorderly and just kind of, like, not...
I'm going with the pissed friend theory.
Like, if anybody calls the police to you, the police will question you, and if you're, like, not going off the... You know, if you seem reasonable, I'm sure that, like, she could have explained herself probably better than she did, is what I'm
Maybe.
guessing.
Or maybe she would just, like, hold out her phone and just, like, look. And then there's it. And then that would be it. And there would be no news story.
Yeah.
And then we would have not wasted 10 minutes of people's time.
But, I mean, it's 8 days. It's 8 days. And
8 days is a long time.
At the end of the story, at the end of the...
Especially when you're
Of it
stuck
all,
with the
it's 8
bill.
days.
That's why she's, like, suing NYPD.
Yeah, so-
They stuck her with the bill. It's like, that shouldn't have
Let her,
happened.
let her sue, see what happens.
Yeah, right?
Waste another 8 days of your life.
Yeah, so I got one more. Before, I don't know, we do subreddit discovery. I didn't tell you about this one, but Microsoft gives up on charging for Windows in China.
I read this. I read about
Okay,
this.
there we go. So you're already on top of it. Ugh. So it's a question about how piracy won.
Right.
How
Well,
piracy won in the West.
I think it's
East. North? South?
they're gonna make money
Yeah, they're going to make money either way.
on Windows.
No one
and
expects to pay for an operating system because it already comes with computers.
I think it's in one way it's they're see I think what they're doing is not going to work, would not work for everybody. I think some people need to have piracy protection on their stuff if they want to try to make money with it, or they're not going to make any money.
I think that's for the little guys.
Yeah,
definitely.
but I mean Microsoft is like
Like
really
if we
big.
pirated, I've pirated. I will admit that, but it's for like minor stuff, and then I ended up paying anyway because I liked what I did.
I just think Microsoft is like not just big. It's like it's like a giant, and what they produce is like, you know, Windows is like ubiquitous. So
Yeah, it's basically the computer operating system. Except if you have a Mac, then you already expect it to have the Mac operating system. But
Right.
if you don't have a Mac, then you expect it to have Windows, unless
Right.
you're a nerd and you have Linux.
right.
Oh, speaking of which, I was in Ecuador. Not going to explain about how.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I know. You already got
Yesterday?
that look on your face. It's like, well, way to drop that bomb on me. I was in Ecuador, and I was helping some people. I was helping some people learn about computers. Like
Okay.
we taught them how to do like PowerPoint and Word and
Yes.
computers and all of that. And what I did, what I found out was when we were like in the computer lab that they had, there was like one pirated copy of Windows, and everyone else had Linux. And I'm like, why do you have Linux? I know that would be like something that would make that would give me a nerd boner, but I don't use it
Right.
because I just use my computer for shits and gigs. And they're like, oh, because it's free. Like,
Yeah.
oh,
That's why.
that's why I'm in
And it's
Ecuador.
good.
I forgot about that. Everything is cheap, so of course they use the free one.
Yeah. I mean the economy is probably in such a state that cost of Windows there is probably crazy.
Yeah, no, it would
It's
be.
probably like saying like, hey, you can have this car for
You would have the entire village save up for
yeah,
it.
like you can have this $60,000 car or this $20,000 car, or you can have this car for free.
Yeah.
Which one are you going to drive?
Exactly. No, exactly.
You know, or you could try to steal this car and download it.
I probably should have pirated Windows and brought it down there. I probably should have done that.
You could, I mean...
I know I did that with...
I don't think you'd have to bring it down. You could probably just...
download
get it
it
through
there.
the internet there.
Yeah, no, well, all the computers were in Spanish, and mine was... My Spanish is not... Well, of course it was. It's not excellent, but it's graspable.
All the computers are in Spanish.
All the computers were in Spanish. Yeah, no, exactly. So I would have to get the Spanish version of Microsoft Office and the operating system, and I'm like,
but
it's too much effort. I could have done more when I was down there, and I didn't.
So now, okay, so the part of the upside to this is that Microsoft doesn't have to invest resources in anti-piracy,
I guess,
on this version.
Well, the reason for this was basically a ton of people already had a Windows 7 pirated onto there,
Right.
and Windows was like, well, why don't you try Windows 10?
I think they want everybody to upgrade too, so it's just kind of
Yeah.
like pushing the upgrade, like we'll make it this much easier for you to get this on your machine.
Yeah. They are now giving away Windows 10 to re-engage with the 3/4 of the Windows users in China who pirate Microsoft software.
Right.
So they're like, okay, you know what? We understand you stole from us. Whatever. Here's the new operating system.
Right.
Just
I'm sure that
use it.
they don't. Maybe it's not selling copies of Windows that is making their money anymore. Maybe they have more things that it just maybe they bundle software and they can say that we have this many Windows users, and by giving it away for free they'll have this many more Windows users, and whatever they bundle they can charge the company that's bundling with them so much more or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Crazy.
I feel like it was something that they probably should have tried, because with the stories like Ecuador and I guess Central and South America, they pirate it because they literally cannot afford it.
I'm sure that
the whole Microsoft suite is pretty expensive, and I'm saying that with a job and living at home.
Is there going to be a version that is pay? Is it this is free for? First of all, it's not free for everybody right now. It's just in China for some reason, right?
I think so, yeah.
And
yeah, no, exactly. It's just in China.
And also, I don't know.
That's a lot of people in China.
Will there be a pro version that you have to pay for?
Oh, that's a
maybe
good point.
You get this one for free, but to get the other one, you have to really, and who's going to go through the effort of, if you have this version for free, why would you spend so much time just to get these few little features?
I guess
when other people would pay for them.
Well, then they would just find the full version anyway and pirate that.
Probably.
So that
it's true.
They already know how to pirate.
They true. I would get it.
They know how to reverse engineer. One sucker would buy it, and then everyone would just steal off of him.
It'd be instead of okay, here's this car for $30,000 or this free car, you would take the free car. But then if it was you could take this free car or steal this $60,000 car, and I have a whole lot of them that I stole.
You could take the free car, take out some of the parts, make a makeshift key, and hotwire the brand spanking new car.
Yeah, the Mercedes.
That's what it is. That's what it would definitely be.
It basically comes down to it becoming also free and also something that you would just
companies are crappy when it comes to locking features anyway, because they're usually already on the system, and they're like, oh, you can't use it. Oh, we're going to restrict.
It's a weird feeling to know
because
that
it would
it's there, but you can't have it.
Yeah, that's what they do with on disk DRM. It's oh well,
yeah,
put in the magic word to unlock it, and that magic word happens to be your credit card.
It's just I don't like it.
So the Chinese are smarter than that. They'll probably just steal whatever pro version it would be anyway. So I don't think Microsoft did the right thing here, but I also think they have so much money that it's not going to matter.
Yeah, it might just be a better. It's just going to be
it's like if I made a video game. If you made Sandwich Quest and then China pirated it.
Yeah, but then lots of people were Like, okay, but what if
You'd make your money back here, but
like what if
you
my
missed out on,
game
like, millions.
becomes a game that because so many people pirate it, it becomes one of the most played games or something. I feel like that's what Microsoft is going for. Like, if we can get this system out, like so they'll be comparing this new Windows 10 to Windows 7, magazines will, and reviewers, and they'll be saying like, is this, and for whatever reason, like if they give it away like this for free, maybe it will just become like this. This is like the most popular OS from Windows since like XP or something, and it's like,
oh, you mean like for statistics?
yeah, maybe.
Well,
bloat their statistics.
I just kind of thought of this question right
I don't
now.
know.
Do you?
I'm like a Microsoft analyst now.
Do you think Apple is like starting to win over Microsoft in America?
Starting to win. I think that they have. No, I think that it's evening out, and that there's been a huge.
Because like I know with handhelds, I know with smartphones, like iPhones have definitely won.
Yeah, but
Android is like starting to make a cut. Android is starting to like eclipse them a little.
That's what I'm saying.
Not even eclipse. They're like making a name for themselves, but like it's certainly not a 50-50 split.
I think it's been what I feel like is it's been Apple for a while. Apple has had this edge, but now maybe they are losing their lead a little bit.
Yeah. Well,
I don't think that they're like losing at all, but I think that it's starting to like even out and not be as disproportionate where they're in like such a huge lead with stuff.
I guess so, because it's already been like, oh well, that's expensive, and then Android phones just kind of came out like, oh well, we're less expensive and we can do different things.
I see a lot of people with Samsung phones and stuff, and non-iPhone phones now.
Yeah, no, exactly. So I'm glad that happened. I've never been on the iPhone train. My brothers and sister have iPhones, and they're like, iPhone. I'm like,
yeah,
screw you guys. I have something better.
It's another smartphone. I don't know. They're all smart. There's good and bad things about everything. Every piece of technology.
Yeah, good geek out. Good geek out. I think we did good.
Yeah.
All right. So I guess now we should go into subreddit discovery. I guess it's my turn.
Yeah.
I guess it's my turn for that. You did Imaginary Monsters last week.
Yeah.
I'm going to recommend people check out Explain Like Dr. Cox.
Okay.
Where it's okay, it's an offshoot of an offshoot. At first there was like Explain Like I'm 5,
right,
where people took complicated questions and the goal of it was the complicated questions were like given a simple answer that anyone could understand.
Right.
And then it just became like, oh, well, now just give me an answer. And people don't even try to water it down. So that kind of went to the wayside.
Yeah.
So then there was the offshoot, Explain Like I Am A, where people just kind of like said, explain the Higgs boson to me like I am a squid and you are a squid farmer. Something like that. Or like I am a construction worker and you are my CEO telling me I'm about to be fired if I don't know this. So, shooting off of that, people just kind of took like one specific example that they loved from a character from Scrubs, Dr. Cox.
Mm-hmm.
And they basically said every question has to be answered as if you are Dr. Cox talking to JD. So I got one here. I'll throw one out as an example, and I might do Dr. Cox impression, Coctor Docs impression. Explain like I'm Dr. Cox. Why does our hair turn gray as we get older? And the most upvoted response is, sweet mother of God, Janice, I actually have patience to be saving, rather than listening to you talk about why you keep going every single insignificant month of the year with all your girlfriends to the beauty salon. Thankfully, none of your patients will have to worry about gray hair, since they will be dead under your poor excuse for care within the next 24 hours. The only thing I really know is that nearly every time you talk, Betty, I do grow another gray hair. Is that? I give that a 5.
Yeah.
5 out of 10.
Nice.
Baseline right there.
I don't really know Dr. Cox. So.
What? You didn't like Scrubs?
I didn't
watch
really watch
Scrubs?
it. No, I mean I see the memes here and there,
Oh my god!
or the screen capture.
Oh, if it was still on Netflix, I would have told you. Like,
yeah,
without a doubt.
I've seen it before. It's okay.
Binge watch, for Christ's sakes. You have 3 days out of the week where you don't do anything. Binge watch.
I'm not much
Take
of
a girl
TV person. Like,
Take a girl, bring her to your house, and just watch Scrubs. Or go to her house and watch Scrubs.
and just watch Scrubs.
Yeah, make like a stay-in date for it.
Yeah.
Because that shit was funny and it hit hard.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. Beautiful. Okay, you know what? I'm out of things to talk about. Are you still have stuff to talk about?
I'm good.
Do you want to talk about the war?
The War of what?
The worlds?
The War of the Worlds.
War of the Worlds?
It was a good book.
Yeah. I wish I read it.
All right.
Okay, so I guess that's kind of it from our end. Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Alright.
So I'm Mike.
I'm Dean. This has been Gentleman's Dog Portrait.